Hello, everybody. My name is Chris Wood. Welcome. I am a 5-year revenge retaliation, full skull split, brain injure, body mutilation, kidnap, sex assault, false arrest, medically blacklisted through file falsification to get discrimination, and blacklisted. I am a 5-year revenge retaliation victim of Lennox and Addington, Ontario provincial police. Ex-chief or commander, year 2019, drove a white Jeep Wrangler. He had me shot on the corner of Bridge and Center Street. I was tagged by this piece of shit before he left Napanee. Staff Sergeant, years 2019-2021, kidnapping, sodomy, sex assault. Shannon Cork, Robert Lucas, Constable Ward, Dave Weiss, Stacy, a mental health worker, was Napanee Daily Tea Company, now Kingston AMHS. Also O.p.p. as well. She is, I believe. And Shelley Hafner had me kidnapped May 27th, 2021. O.p.p. human trafficking, sex slavery trafficking, torture crimes, identity thefts, false arrests, kidnapping, sex assaults, extortion, lies, time buying, cover-ups, arrest refusals, false arrest only on their victims, criminal doctors, or there is also Spencer Mills 14716 and Robert Kane 7224, criminal doctors who are involved with O.p.p, human trafficking, sex slavery trafficking, torture crimes, murders, and cover-ups. Dr. Tatiana, or Dr. Margie V, she goes by two names, Dr. Margie V and Dr. Tatiana V. Dr. Tatiana Vakanovic. She is guilty of falsifying my medical file to get me discriminated against for treatment refusals. She is guilty of attempted murder with intent to commit and cover up through the medical blacklisting, the file falsifying to get me discriminated against through her lies, and not having to answer for anything. Dr. Joy Hadley, Dr. Barton, Dr. Pritchard, Dr. Waldron, Dr. McGregor, Triage, Terry, Tanya, David, ex-CEO, Wayne Covyduck, and patient relations are all criminally negligent, involved in co-committing and covering up crimes for themselves, for O.p.p, and their accomplices. The one on the thumbnail, his name is Blair Frederick Hardy. He is the leader of the Hardy Boys gang. He is a meth trafficker. He is a rapist. He is guilty of financial thefts and frauds, welfare, disability, old age pensions. He is guilty of bank frauds. He is guilty of forgeries. He is guilty of stalking. He is guilty of criminal torturing. He is guilty of attempted murder with intent to commit on me. He is guilty of criminally stalking my mother. He is guilty of causing my mother's death. He is guilty of murdering her December 20th, 2020, along with a guy known as Bill Woldridge. Many alias names. He used to live at 34 Water Street in Napanee. Has many alias names: Bill Woldridge, Bill Cooldridge, Bill Delarosable, James Bubbles, Stephen Mavis, which is a wanted inmate escapee walk away, and Robert Cross are his alias names he goes by. He was stalking my mother. He was calling my mother mom. He believes that he and I were switched at birth and thinks that he is my dad. He also believes he is Harry Potter as well. Highly psychotic, highly delusional, very seriously. He used to stalk children for O.p.p. Chief, the one that had me shot, tagged in August of 2019 before leaving. Bill Woldridge, or the one known as Bill Woldridge, used to stalk children for him for sex slavery trafficking. He is guilty of murder, attempted murder. He is untouchable, unarrestable. They are the leaders of the Hardy Boys gang. The one known as Bill Woldridge, too, is also allegedly his own saying that he is Hells Angels Ontario chapter captain as well. Those are his words. And I hardly doubt it. He is a serious sex offender. He is a pedophile. There is Robert Berry. He is a sex slave trafficker. He is a pill dealer. He is a truck driver and a possible serial killer. There is Bert the Hitman Hustler. He is a sex slave trafficker. He is guilty of torture crimes on me. He is guilty of attempted murder with intent to commit. Jason Gimpy Two-Step Van Alstyne, he is guilty of identity theft with the intent to commit identity disability and insurance fraud. He is guilty of attempted murder. He is a crackhead. He is a fentanyl dealer. He sells laced fentanyl between Napanee and Kingston, causing overdoses, which are just being labeled as a poor victim that got bad drugs and died from it. Meanwhile, it's being done with intent through his lacing, the piece of shit, and he's getting away with it. Tyler T. Bag Lake, he is guilty of attempted murder with intent to commit. He is a meth trafficker for Robert Kane. He is guilty of torturing and killing my dog Runt in March of 2023. Raymond LeBlanc, he is a criminal stalker, a child groomer. He is guilty of torture crimes on me, and he is guilty of attempted murder with intent to commit. Bert the Hitman Hustler, he is alleged NHL hockey player for the Philadelphia Flyers and Hartford Whalers. Meth trafficker, sex slave trafficker. He is Robert Lucas's sex slave. He is guilty of torture crimes and attempted murder, which I believe I already said. Dale Hartwick, he is guilty of identity theft. He's guilty of skull splitting. He's guilty of brain injuring me. He's guilty of identity theft with the intent to commit. For drop charges for a stabbing he committed against his wife or ex-wife's boyfriend. His wife or girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, whatever, Tony Anthony Axel Rose Hearns, he is guilty of attempted homicide with intent to commit. He is guilty of attempted paralyzing me. He is guilty of sex assaults. He also believes that I am a wolf as well. So the guy is highly dangerous and highly fucking psychotic. He and Dale are both speedheads. They are speed traffickers, speed dealers, meth traffickers, meth heads, crack dealers, crackheads, fentanyl dealers, fetty heads, heroin dealers, heroin addicts, i.e., the one known as Bill Woldridge. They are all sex offenders, sex slave traffickers, human traffickers. They are all guilty of torture crimes on me, full skull splitting, full physical identity theft with 100% proof. When people disappear, it is through Ontario provincial police, criminal cops. It is through criminal doctors who are aiding them, medically blacklisting, discriminating against their victims, and having their crimes covered up to have them medically blacklisted. against. Plus the lies, the time buying. I was falsely charged and arrested twice by the hospital and once co-conspired in an attempt to give me a criminal record which I did not have prior to being shot, I never had any association with any O.p.p in any way, shape, or form prior to being shot. And everything began on me being surrounded, hands on guns, being completely and totally medically blacklisted to prevent help while going through all of this with 100% proof. Doctors calling me delusional, hallucinating, a retard, treating me like a piece of shit, and I was getting up and walking out. I was not going to be told that I am a fucking idiot and that I am retarded and everything else and being treated like garbage. Or if I was being treated like garbage, I wasn't being treated at all by doctors. A lot of lies against me about being suicidal, self-harm are not true in any way, shape, or form. That lie was cast against me in an attempt to prevent me being taken serious and getting help with what has taken place with me. And it worked because whoever it came from, and I had long hair and I have tattoos. So it worked. That lie was cast and I was fucked. Another time about drugs that I do not do, but it was believed once again because whoever it come from and me having my long hair and having tattoos, it was automatically believed. I have been seriously fucking deformed. I have been seriously brain injured. I have lung damage. I have kidney damage. I've been skull split, full brain injured. I go through I get what is called radar hypoxia on a daily basis. I have no feeling or stimulation in the right side of my head in any way, shape, or form, and I haven't for a very long time. The only thing I ever did was speak of O.p.p crimes, the human trafficking and the homeless exploitation for monetary gain out of a place called the Morning Star Mission and their possible money laundering. And then the stalking, the false arrest, the lies, the time buying, the cover ups. O.p.p using ex inmates, sex offenders, drug trafficking pieces of shit, lowlives to commit murder for them, torture crimes, completely fucking changing people's identities, ending bloodlines for revenge, retaliation, so they could frame their victims, falsely arresting them just to get their pictures, prints, signatures, and everything else they need to get for forgeries, framings, or frauds against their victims once they commit the fucking full physical identity theft against them while they are being medically blacklisted and prevented help to assure the crimes which you already did. O.p.p. Congratulations, you fucking terrorists. Along with your boys, Bill Woldridge, Blair Hardy, Tyler Lake, Jason Winelstein, Dale Hartwick, Tony Hearns, Bert Hustler, Robert Barry, and the rest of your drug-fed, money-paid fucking lowlives in Napanee who you charge $22,000 to arrest, but then again, they work with them for you and they can also implicate. When you speak O.p.p crimes, expect to be injured, tortured, to be slave trafficked, medically blacklisted, completely and totally deformed, expect to have your parents murdered and covered up, expect to have your animals, if you have any, to be tortured and killed, and expect everybody to get away with it because that's exactly what will happen, especially if it's in Napanee. Families are murdered and missing. It is Ontario provincial police. It is fucking criminal doctors, and then it's their accomplices that they are using, completely and totally destroying brains, completely and totally changing fucking lives and identities to frame victims, using fucking reject pieces of shit, low lives. For 5 years going through this, O.p.p owes me a shitload of fucking money for what you've done to me. So does Lennox at Addington County General Hospital. So does the Justice of the Peace. You are all fucking terrorists. You are all very seriously fucking dangerous, especially against poor, elderly, homeless, and disabled. very fucking seriously dangerous, completely and totally changing me and ending the Wood bloodline by doing this to me. Dale Hartwick, you are fucking garbage, and you are going to answer for what you've done, along with Tony Hearns, along with Bill Woldridge, Blair Hardy, Tyler Lake, Jason Van Alstyne, Robert Barry, and the rest of you O.p.p. fucking scum pieces of shit. Look what you've done to me. I hope you're fucking happy. I hope you're happy. Never speak O.p.p. crimes because I can 100% prove all the damages and complete total identity changes that I have been through and not being able to do a fucking thing about it. And the one known as Bill Woldridge or whatever his name is, if he's wanted inmate, harbor, sex offender, escapee, walk away, what a perfect way to stay fucking free, commit fucking homicides and identity thefts against victims. It's his get out of jail free card in Napanee, Ontario. My medical rights, my legal rights, and my human rights have been taken from me. So beware of this. Everything I have said, 100% provable. 100%. And I had no association with any fucking cops or any other lowlives involved that I have named prior to me speaking of their human trafficking, and all this shit began on me. Serious fucking torture crimes, mutilations. When I eat, my food goes to the right side of my body. I have absolutely no feeling in the right side of my head or my face right now. I am completely and totally fucking numb. I am getting serious burning in the back part of my head, in my occipital lobe. Serious fucking burning. I have tubes that come up in my throat that's certainly not normal, that goes from my chest to the back of my head, no surgeries. And as a matter of fact, my falsified medical file, I had not been to Lennox and Addington County General Hospital in approximately 7 to 10 years prior to being shot. And everything began on me. And then all of a sudden they have this big falsified fucking file on me to assure that everything gets covered up, to assure buying time, and to assure everything that's been done to me without fucking help. I've tried to get a rest. I've tried to get medical help. Nothing. So I've been stopped every step of the fucking way. And every single right I have as a person, as a living fucking person, has been taken from me. They're guilty of hate crimes. They're guilty of domestic terrorism. I'm 52 years old and I'm looking like a piece of shit who is only approximately 40, 45. And another fucking piece of shit, Blair Hardy, the one on the thumbnail, who is approximately 60 years old. This whole part of my head right here has been swelling out. Like I'm getting air pumping through it, and I'm getting real thick liquid coming through my fucking ears. I'm coughing up blood. Since all of this started to happen to me, all my fucking teeth have been rotted out of my head. I've lost all my hair from EMFs and radiation constantly on me 24/7. Serious fucking hypoxia to cause brain cell death, which can be proven. One way or another. No threat. O.p.p chief, I'm gonna sue your ass and I'm gonna see you in fucking prison, you sex offender, murdering lowlife. Staff sergeants, I'm gonna see you in fucking prison too. Years 2019, 2021, along with Robert Lucas, Dave Weiss, Constable Ward, Shannon Cork, laughing in my face over me telling her to arrest her boss, the one known as Bill Waldridge, and she telling me to file a report, knowing it would have been laughed, or knowing it would have been burnt up, tore up, would have done no good, as the fucking piece of shit went on to stalk and kill my mother. I blame her too for it. Bear with me for 2 seconds. I'm just trying to find some pictures. This here is the guy known as Bill Waldridge, Bill Coolidge, and a lot of other alias names too. I know it's kind of hard to see, but he is very seriously dangerous and highly fucking psychotic. Especially when he believes that he and I were switched at birth and we're no relation. Although I probably share DNA with every one of these pieces of shit now because of what I've been through. Mr. Burt the Hitman Hustler, this guy here believes that he used to play for the Philadelphia Flyers and Hartford Whalers, that he is a fucking NHL hockey player. He is a meth head, he is a piece of shit stalker, and he is guilty of attempted murders. Well, they all are. These are the ones that O.p.p charged $22,000 to have arrested. Because they're all they're fucking accomplices. This is a guy named Brandon Barry. He likes to abuse babies and kill them almost. And he's been charged for it, so it's public fact. This is a child groomer named Raymond LeBlanc. The ones that own O.p.p and the ones that run Napanee, Bill Waldridge and Blair Hardy, leaders of the Hardy Boys gang. They're the ones that the cops answer to. There's another picture of Blair Hardy. He used to drive a Mercedes in Napanee too. And this is Tony Anthony Axel Rose Hearns. He also goes by Tony Montana Hearns. The guy that thinks that I am a wolf. This guy here, he's guilty of attempted murder. He's now working with him for O.p.p for drop charges for a stabbing he committed. And the piece of shit is also my cousin. He's family to me. This lowlife here tortured and killed my dog March of 2023. Tyler Lake, his name is. He's a very serious, dangerous little meth head. And Jason Gimpy Two-Step Van Alstyne, he is a stroke victim and he is guilty of a possible murder in 2021. He is a very seriously fucked up crackhead. He sells laced fentanyl between Napanee and Kingston. Yeah. I've noticed since I've started even doing this live video that there's actually been changes done to me in my fucking face from the beginning till now, especially here. Now I'm getting air or something pumped through my fucking head, and my chin is actually getting more square. I go through this constantly. And and this has all started to happen to me after I was shot by the ex-O.p.p chief or commander, whoever he was, the one that drove the white Jeep Wrangler, him and somebody in a black truck. And then I was sold to fucking Blair Hardy, the guy that's on the thumbnail. O.p.p are making their money selling people. They're selling victims, falsely arresting victims, framing victims, torturing victims, full physical fucking identity theft, turning people's brains into soup while preventing them help. They are all very, very seriously fucking dangerous, and damage has been done to me. Try to save your life, won't happen. Try to save your bloodline, won't happen. Try to save your family, your parents, won't happen. Try to save your animals, won't happen. I cannot even get fucking medical help within the province of Ontario now. I have to travel to a different fucking province. I have to go to Quebec or down east or to Manitoba because of my file being falsified and being medically fucking blacklisted now. Compliments of one Dr. Tatiana Vakadinovic. She assured this against me through the fucking lies from her girlfriend Stacy, who is AMHS. It's very seriously organized trafficking from 3 mental health workers to O.p.p cops to fucking justice of the peace, who is guilty of threats, intimidations, accusations, accusing me of being high on marijuana and hallucinating being sodomized. I was molested as a fucking child, seriously, many times. And this bitch has the fucking gall to accuse me of hallucinating being sodomized. You are filth pieces of shit. This is another reason why O.p.p got away with what they gotten away with. You try filing charges against them, good luck, won't happen. Because they now investigate their own crimes that they're being accused of. So, of course, they're not going to find any wrongdoing against themselves. Won't happen. So many more people are going to be totally and completely fucked, and they will get away with it. By the way, is this Leslie? Thank you for tuning in anyway, whoever it is. I appreciate the like, it helps. because this is very serious. How are you doing today? I thought so. I'm trying. I've been trying, only to fall on deaf ears, though. Not including yourself. Once again, my face is even. I feel like my fucking whole, because this is backwards. This whole right side of my face, I'm getting air fucking pumped through it or something, and it's changing. Luckily, this is legal for cops and doctors and their accomplices. I would very seriously, anybody that's in Napanee, Ontario that may see this, get the fuck out of that town. Get the fuck out of there seriously quick. Yeah, that's pretty sad when this is all being done through a bunch of obsessed fucking lowlife garbage. And no matter how much a person can prove, you're a crazy, delusional retard. Doctors tried to have me fucking committed for being sodomized because it was through the one known as Bill Wooldridge and O.p.p. staff sergeant. They laughed in my face over it, thought it was a big joke, and then tried to have me committed for it, having me falsely fucking arrested for wanting help. And because the crimes that they are guilty of, to prevent anything illegal on them or anyone else, they had me falsely fucking charged. This is what doctors are truly about. They are fucking garbage and they have no concern for life in Napanee, and they have proven it. My teeth were all fucking burned out of my head. I was always getting the taste of metal and everything else. And then I went, and then they started to rot, and I went to the dentist and got them pulled. And for some reason, they wouldn't pull this tooth, which I want it done because I look like a crackhead. And I sure the fuck am not one. I have no vision in my right eye. I go blind in my right eye. Even if I could get medical help, there'd still be nothing that they could do to me or for me. The damage has been done to my body and to my skull, and it's getting softened. I taste shit all the time. I taste fucking shit in my. I smell it around my head, and I taste it in my fucking mouth all the time. And urine, piss. Like what the fuck? That's totally disgusting in every way, shape, and form. I'm having shit going through my fucking brain, through my fucking body. You are a good person, Leslie. I can't even see nothing out of my right eye. I get also what feels like a cap over my fucking head all the time too. And it feels like it's tightening. It feels like it's tightening my skull. How the police make money in Napanee. They sell victims for injuring, for torturing, for framings, for identity thefts, for frauds, for tortures and murders, for their revenge retaliation to low-life pieces of shit, meth, crack, fentanyl dealing fucking junkie bastards who are nothing more than sex offending garbage, who are nothing more than pedophiles, child fucking garbage. And they are O.p.p's best fucking friends while getting free drugs from them of their choice for what they've done, for what they're doing for O.p.p. Compliments of one Robert Kane being a drug cop. His stepsister is the one that fucking threw crystal meth into my dog's eyes, burning my dog's eyes out. Or not burning his eyes out, but burning his eyes. Because she was all fucked in the head from it and hallucinating. Saying she was seeing fucking spirits coming out of my dog. And next thing you know, she threw crystal meth or something into his eyes and it burned around his eyes. And then started freaking out, pulled the knife on me. I had to actually go to a family member's place to call the police. And when they found out who it was, they didn't even show up. I got chased with a fucking butcher knife and everything else. Almost being killed that night by a fucking screwed in the head junkie. I guarantee you, O.p.p, that night that happened, they were probably laughing seriously hard, hoping that I would have been fucking murdered. Because for some reason, they seriously have it out for me, especially more after me talking of their human trafficking since 2019. Giving free fucking charges and free drop charges to pieces of shit who stabbed their wives' boyfriends, i.e., one Dale Hartwick, to commit fucking torture crimes for them and identity thefts, to brain injure victims for them, so they can frame them, so they can cause serious long-term fucking effects brain-wise, seriously messing their victims up. Giving false CAT scan results to their victims and then giving the real ones to O.p.p and mental health worker Stacy. Compliments of one Dr. Tatiana Vakadinovic, November of 2019. She did that. Wow. I'm sorry to hear that too. It was done so bad to my dog that it completely and totally caved in his head. It caved in his brain. It ate his brain away from being tortured from the EMFs and radiation for so long. And I have pictures of where each side of his fucking head is completely and totally caved in from it before he died. That's what kind of pieces of shit the O.p.p cops are associated with for fucking crystal meth. One Tyler Lake. He is also guilty of torturing and killing other dogs, drowning them in a quarry here a few years ago. So he definitely likes to murder animals. Yeah, I'm sorry for anybody going through that. Anyway, I know we just started talking, but I've been on here for 42 minutes now. So I think I should actually wrap this up before it goes too long. So I am actually going to wrap this up, and I hope to see you later too. I'm praying for you, and thank you so much. I always enjoy having you here, and I always enjoy speaking with you, whether it's just saying hello, getting the quick chance. But thank you, Leslie. And I'll talk to you soon, okay? Hopefully. You take care of yourself and your dog. And then once again, I'm sorry that that's happening for your animal. I am truly, truly sorry. All right, you take care.